It is wacky natured, yes.
Yes. All right.
So you
Um,
basically it's
got
going to be just you, and you're hoping that. Well, actually, wouldn't you need another horse to haul? Because you got one horse that's going to be hauling uh, ahoy. Wouldn't you need another one? And plus your gear and shit. Let's not forget your
yeah, yeah.
masses of food and water and shit. Because I
Yes,
realize
yes,
it's
yes.
only 50 kilometers, and you could probably cover that in a day or two. Probably two,
Hmm.
going slow and trying to be quiet and avoid
Yeah,
elves and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I was thinking a couple of days going out there
Yeah,
to
2 days out, 2 days
avoiding
back.
it.
You've got a nice even week's worth of food. But if the dragon head's big and heavy and stuff, because you did see them from like 50 kilometers away.
Yes, yes, yes. True, true.
So
So I'll probably need an additional horse to
at
bring
least
that.
one more.
Yeah.
It's up to you on how big do you think that the dragon's head is, and how many horses would, I mean, shit, is it big enough that it needs a wagon?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's the thing. Um, Worst comes to worst, I make a. God, my brain's gone to slush. The thing you drag behind a horse that Indians used to use quite a bit.
Travois,
Yes, that's it.
aka a litter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I make. Yeah, worst comes to worst, I can do that with a couple of the horses. But yeah, all right. Yeah, so I'll get a second. I will see if Simon has a pack horse, as opposed to me spending even more money on buying a horse that I'm probably going to use once and that's it.
I was gonna say it's $25, and you could probably sell it back to them for $20 unless it's torn
Oh,
up.
okay, I thought it was $110 for a pack horse.
No, no, that's a good riding horse
Oh, I misunderstood.
for all the gear to ride on a horse, saddle, etc. That's the hundred and some dollars.
I misunderstood. I was thinking that was so I crossed off $150 for the pack horse and the supplies before. So
Hmm.
probably $100 too much then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, the pack
Um,
horses are fucking
all right.
cheap, 25
Yeah,
bucks. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
still,
yeah.
that's a
I
month's
thought it. I
wages,
thought it.
though.
Yeah, I thought it sounded a bit steep, but I thought, no,
No, no, it's a month's wages for most people. For you, it's like,
yeah.
here, here, I spend this to tip the fucking guy who goes and gets my car.
I mean, I could potentially see horses being more expensive just due to the fact, depending on how readily available they were here, whether or not something they had to
Mhm.
bring in, or if they could, or if they were able to buy them off the Indians or whatever.
No, no, they brought them in, but they've been here long enough, barely, that they're breeding them
Okay, yeah.
because they've only been here for a couple of years, but they apparently brought a lot of ships. You really don't have great detail of information of how they got here and stuff like that or anything, but
They probably don't either. I get the feeling that if I looked too deep or poked too hard,
Mhm.
the flimsy story of how they got here and stuff would start falling apart
Hmm.
because of the other aspects of stuff that don't quite match up and don't quite make sense.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah,
I
there's a
mean,
lot of weird shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just mean that it's quite possible this, like, it came into being with them already here and already with the backstory, but and it's at a high level, it's all there. But if you were to actually go and look and talk to people or whatever, you'd start finding conflicting information or even things that just didn't exist.
No problem.
All right,
Cut to. I now is Mr. McKay much of a woods guy?
woods. What's that?
Got it. Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty much a city slicker who's got a couple of horses. You've
Yep,
got a pretty good idea of where you're wanting to go. Navigating
yep.
there may not ever happen. You may get completely twisted
I'm
around and
not bad. I'm not bad at land navigation. I'm just not.
oh, okay.
Surviving off the land, on the other hand, is something that I've forgotten how to do.
I see. Would you like to give me a survival woods just to see how miserable you are out there?
Yeah, of course. I'll play that +5 card I've got in my hand somewhere. There it is, +5. No, 75.
Fucking hate the woods and everything that
Even
lives
if I
in
had
it.
actually put points in it, that would have been a fail.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a navigate roll. This is to see if you
How
steer
lost? How
straight
bad?
toward it and stuff.
Yep.
Pardon?
How badly lost I get?
Sure.
Uh, navigate.
It shows you dragging ass through the desert, going, I was in the woods. What happened? Oh
Yeah, yeah.
no. Okay, great.
Navigate without a problem. 5 of
Uh,
20.
how about a generalized stealth roll? I realize you've got horses with you and shit, but this is just kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
how much do
Just
you
a,
flit through the world?
yeah, just a feel for how well.
Hmm.
Stealth.
Well
By half.
done. Okay, and as just a quick question, the hero points that are what's it called? The ones that have gone over slash slushed over. How many of those are you up to?
0.
Bummer. Okay, well, hopefully you'll start
Because
getting
because
overflow.
of the overly dramatic fights that I was involved in.
Oh, that's right, the slap fight. Oh yeah.
And no, it was the original one. The first one was my against a dude with the sword who was high on cocaine.
Hmm.
That got me down to 4 hero points. So I've
Got
been
it.
clawing back from there.
Got it. So
Yes,
it's the
yes.
first night. You're
Mm-hmm.
fairly close, you believe, to where you're going. The next day, you should reach it,
Mm-hmm.
and you've managed to build a fire eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows you with a stick, and then the camera follows along the stick, and it shows like a can, and the stick is through, and you're holding it over the fire and stuff. You're cooking over the fire, and give me a listen roll.
Hey, listen.
Mhm.
Feel, smell. Oh, that's right. It's not under the spot hidden. For some reason, I was thinking listen was under the spot hidden subcategories, but it's not. And by half.
I think you hear something slowly dragging toward you.
Dragging.
Uh-huh.
How do the horses look? Do they appear to have smelt or noticed something? Are they appearing to be quite nervous, or are they
They've
oblivious
definitely
to the whole
noticed it,
thing?
and they're doing the keep an eye on it while continuing to chew.
Okay, so
But they're not
it's
freaking
not
out.
something that they're thinking of as I'm prey, I'm about to get eaten type situation.
They don't seem to be like overly excited. Take a card for fucking looking to the horses. That is a good idea.
Yep, good.
It's
And I
getting
draw
closer.
reverse dice.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a nice one.
Yes, it can be a very nice one. All right.
Getting closer and
Yep. So
closer.
I will step back from the fire, so I'm not highlighted for it. All right.
Give me a stealth roll as you do the Homer Simpson, but instead of into a bush, you go into darkness.
Yes. Stealth is 61. Shit. That's why that didn't do that. All right. That's gonna. That was a really wrong click. I'll have to fix that in a minute.
Did you break your macro?
No, I just drew 61 cards.
Ah,
That's called, yeah,
awkward.
clicking on the wrong thing on the screen and typing and wondering why the dice weren't appearing, and then seeing the scroll bar on my card suddenly start moving and thinking, what's going on?
Right. So you barely failed, and you stepped on a twig, which in a normal circumstance would be barely discernible, but of course, when it's night and when you're fucking playing sneaky games and shit, it sounds like a gunshot in your ears, and you're like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
And the dragging has stopped.
All right.
And now it appears you are engaged in a delicate game of cat and mouse. The fire continues crackling. one of the horses does the shaking of its mane for no fucking reason because horses do that kind of shit. Oh, shit. Yeah. Next day I'll have you do an animal handling horse. I'm curious to see how that goes. No, because you'll have to saddle up your own horses and shit. They,
Yes.
they they saddled these for you. Maybe you unsaddled them at night. Maybe you don't know any better. We don't know. I'm gonna guess that you figured out to take the saddle off because McKay is a smart person, but
Yeah.
getting it back on, this could be tricky. Also, you hear from his covered cage. The fuck is going on?
Oh, well, that's fine. He may attract the attention of whatever's stealthing in.
You're thinking he is, but it's quiet. You're not moving. Everybody's in a fucking standoff.
Yes.
Hello, says the cage.
Right.
Anyone? Hey, I'm not alone, am I? Oh God! Oh God! Actually, no, he doesn't say, "Oh God." He goes, "Oh Lady Rittenhouse. Oh Lady Rittenhouse." Nothing's
I wait.
moving.
Yes, I
You
wait.
wait for 5 long fucking minutes. You feel like you're just needing to piss really bad because these things happen when you're fucking in the darkness waiting. You're even kind of a little bit behind a tree, and the stealthing was happening from over that direction, and you're just like,
Is there any cloud cover?
clouds, not so much, but the leaves of the trees, because these just for the general trees, imagine pain in the ass to climb, and then branches and lots of leaves, which the undergrowth is not a lot here. It's when you get into less trees, more undergrowth. Here you got more trees, less undergrowth.
Yep.
Some undergrowth here and there.
Yeah, not much can grow because of the tree canopy.
Yeah. So the tree canopy is making it much darker.
Yeah. Although it is, depending on how far through the night it is, it's just off a full moon. So depending on if the moon's out or not, so that'll be lightening things out.
You can go through the forest without running into trees. Anything else is a bit of a crapshoot. No, if some of the trees that grow branches at eye level, really bad. So it's best to go like this because otherwise it's like might lose a fucking eye. But
yeah. I was just trying to work out if there was sufficient,
Oh, you could definitely sneak around and try to make spot hiddens and shit. You're wishing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just trying to move about a little bit to try and see if I can see what it is.
Give me a stealth roll to sneak up on the last place that you heard this.
So make a stealth roll.
Excellent. Give me a spot hidden roll to see whatever it is. If you fail, you'll trip over it.
I found it. No,
oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, by half.
Great.
Well, not quite.
Holy shit. It appears to be a short person or something, just kind of laying there. Like it looks as though they were slowly dragging toward your fire and then stopped for some reason. And they're just kind of laying there face down with one arm toward your fire. They're dressed in rags. You can't really tell a lot more detail than that because you don't have enough light. But whatever it is just laying there.
Do there any smell or sound like breath, breathing, or anything?
Give me a listen roll as you go.
Yes.
You can hear faint, irregular breathing.
Okay. I will go back to the camp and get. Sorry.
You go. Wander up.
And get my lantern.
All right.
So I've got actual light, and then go out and with light.
No problem.
Check out the person in rags.
It appears to be an elf dressed in Native American Indian type clothing, kind of really tattered, all this shit. Very young. You're going to guess like teenager or less, possibly preteen elf. and he looks really thin. Like I've been wandering through the woods and I have as little survival instinct as McKay does, type thing, but with less supplies.
All right. Does he look wounded? As in, has he got blood,
Uh,
dry
give
blood,
me
that
give
sort
me
of
a
stuff on
first
him?
aid roll to diagnose his condition.
First aid. Yes, by half.
All right. You believe that he is briefly passed out because he's super weak from hunger and or thirst.
All right. So, but not. He doesn't appear to be wounded.
Now, he's not so bad that you feel the need for a corpse poking stick, but get another day or two and you'll need it.
Yeah. Any obvious weapons or anything on him?
Yeah.
All right. I'll pick him up and take him back to my fire and
Give me a strength roll for hilarity. You're going to get him back. This is does he do the falling out of
yes.
your grasp a couple of times thing?
Yes. 01.
Right. You pick him up like a fucking stuffed doll and just, yep, your belt will make an awesome handle and carry him back like a small valise.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you
I
could probably throw him from here and get him right next to the fire. Of course, that'd be a
just
throw roll and he may end up on the fire.
yes. No, I won't.
Okay.
Take. I won't take chance into my hands. All right. Yes.
The bird wants to see. He's like, what's going on out there?
Hang
I
on a
don't
minute.
hear things.
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
I'll lift up the thing off the cage a bit so we can see out.
He is relieved that you are fucking back. He's like, oh, elf,
Mm-hmm.
little
I'll
one,
give the sorry, young
little
one.
one.
Yes. Yes.
It appears to be coming around, or he appears to be coming around.
I will give him some water.
He 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 starts at the freaked out. You give him the water. He relaxes a lot after he's drunk. And then, I'm going to guess you're going to go through the whole feeding him and stuff.
Yes. Offering him food. He
Yeah,
or she, because I actually don't know if it's a male or a female, and I haven't checked that closely.
true. You're going to, well, it's kind of,
Depending
it's
on
an
how old
elf.
they are, you may not be able to tell. Yeah,
Yeah.
from what
Um,
you've said. Yeah.
yeah, it's like preteen kid,
Yeah.
miscellaneous elf kid, pointy ears. Um,
Yes. And presumably long hair.
yes. Um, the elf begins talking to you, and you got his
I
name
will.
as Elwyn.
Elwyn.
Mhm. And then he goes through a long story and such. Give me your Latin roll, please.
I will. I might actually use my. Where are we? There we go. Skill plus 15 on this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make it 31.
Mm. You have a really good learn.
Yes. And now I will play my.
If you
Where's
play
the
a
reverse
reroll,
card?
you realize that your skill goes back down because they.
No. Yeah, no, but I've also got reverse dice.
Ooh, who's a fancy boy?
So I'll play reverse dice, and that actually makes it a 16 that I rolled, which means that, yes, I make my Latin roll.
Excellent. He tells you that you have saved him, and his parents died. He's not sure where their bodies are. He's been wandering around for days. He's desperate. He also tells you that he's happy to work for you in order to get food and stuff, or pretty much he's trying to avoid the "I'll become your slave," but like
Yeah.
indentured servant would be okay with him. Um,
What happened to the rest of his people?
well, he was driven from his tribe because he has no magic, and all the elves who can't do any necromancy or magic are uh, driven out of their tribe. But his parents went with them, but then they were killed. by other elves who didn't like that, and then he managed to escape, and he's feeling a shitload of guilt for getting his parents killed. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
yeah, apparently you've gotten a new follower.
Yes.
Ahoy seems nervous that this may take his best bro status or something.
Well, actually, Ahoy, this will actually be good for you.
Ahoy looks dubious as a small cuckoo bird can.
Mm-hmm. Well, it means that you'll have an additional companion, so you won't be alone.
Hmm. I don't know. I can't understand him.
Yes, but well, we can learn. We can become better at his language, and he can become knowledgeable at our language. I'm assuming from the elf's voice, it's a male, not a female, from what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a new kid.
All right.
It just keeps going, you think?
Preteen. Yes. Yes.
Cut to the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Excellent. The kid attempts to show you how useful he is by helping with your horses. Unless you
Lovely.
don't want to let him. Yes?
No. You can help.
They're broken. He tries to explain through sign language. He tried to put all the saddles on the same horse. It's just not having it.
All right.
It's all up to you to do your animal handling horse and show the kid how useful you are.
Yep. Yeah, definitely broken.
So you guys are pretty much now what, leading the horses around?
Now we'll take our time and puzzle it out, and
Sure. Try
we're
again
not
and
in a
see.
hurry at the moment, so
Yeah. Well, yeah.
what about if we did it like this? Yay,
Oh,
exact.
apparently that is the correct way. It shows you guys sitting there with books and shit trying to figure it out.
All right. Yeah, because part of the thing is we'll need to, well, yeah, so we can ride on the one of the horses, either share,
Yeah, there's a empty horse. He's
yeah,
unfortunately they don't have a lot of skill with horses because they just don't have that many.
yep. That's all right. We're not galloping or anything, so
Oh God, no. Neither of you would survive that. So
nope.
a nice carriage, on the other hand. Oh yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially if you were paying the guy as a taxi and such.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
no, I'm not some barbarian that'll offer him tobacco.
McKay smokes a pipe, but yeah, the kid doesn't really seem that curious about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, perhaps you'd like to get him started on his new alcoholism condition.
No, I've got even better. Inject this. No.
Welcome
Strangely
to your
enough,
new heroin
I'm not
addiction.
any of that to the kid.
Oh, that's mighty kind of you. Yeah. So better than the other white settlers, I guess. Or in this case, furry settlers.
Mm-hmm.
You guys head out there, and eventually, you get close to where you think that the dragon things.
Yep. So we're going to go carefully because potentially others have been attracted by a dragon crashing to the ground.
Certainly, give me a stealth. Are you wanting to go ahead and have the kid lead the horses, or how carefully?
Yeah. Basically, I want to stealth ahead and check it out first. That was my intent anyway. Whether or not I had the kid with me, like leave the horses and move ahead.
The horses. Sure, give me a stealth roll.
Yeah.
Shows McKay carefully unpacking his one-man band outfit. No, I guess not.
Yeah, by over half.
Okay, you fucking ninja up to where it is. apparently, you're like, it's gonna be a rough one with a litter. Big fucking head. It'd be like hauling. It'd be like hauling a fucking car back on the end of a horse.
Okay.
But it doesn't. It appears since you went right away, you are the first person out here. But aside from some carrion birds, which are like these fucking dragon scales are hard as shit. There's all kinds of stuff. There's dragon scales, dragon teeth, dragon skin. Holy shit.
Yep.
Do you have any skills for actually fucking doing any skinning and stuff?
Yeah, no. Nope. I'm a city person. I don't know.
Well, I've got good news for you.
I cannot skin Grizz.
Both you and the kid can attempt to do your skinning and stuff. I mean, if you're a taxidermist, this would be a fucking lifetime project, but it is big. So each of you can take 5 attempts. You're going to hack off the head. That's your prize. But I'm guessing you want some dragon skin, dragon scales, something like that.
Yeah, claws,
teeth, whatever.
Stuff. Well, teeth, I'm not. The teeth, unless he's got 2 heads. The teeth, I'm not taking out the head.
Oh, okay. So just scales and skin and the head.
No, because I'm taking the head. I don't want to remove teeth from the head because I'm taking the whole head anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, it's more the scales and also the claws, depending on the claws.
Yeah, the claws
make some interesting decoration or trophies or whatever for people.
Okay. Good news. You can try 5 different skinning rolls. The kid will also be trying.
Yep, sounds good.
Plus, you're kind of speed skinning because you're trying to get out of here before more people show up. The kid's done rolling. He rolled that one.
Oh, well done.
He is suddenly worth the food that he is eating.
Okay.
I mean, aside from just being a decent person as McKay is, But go ahead and do yours. Yep. Plenty of dragon to work on.
Yep. Yeah.
You got 5 tries, unless you fumble, in which case you're done.
Fumble.
Done. Okay.
I will. Let's use a reroll. Why not? Let's do a reroll for that. The second roll is a miss. Third roll is a success by over half. Fourth roll, no. Fifth roll, no.
Okay.
Quite a few low ones, but yeah, 1 success there in skinning.
You got a cool claw and shit, yeah. And plus, what could be very useful, a check in skinning.
Yes, skinning. I'll need to sort this out because I've got my languages mixed in with my skills at the moment.
Nice.
Let's put that over there. Oops.
Now you've got that shit. And the head.
Yep. Now
which is a good sized car that you're going to be dragging back.
Yeah, as I said, so we'll try and put something together to.
The kid will help. Give me a craft wood roll or wood crafting.
Wood crafting.
Kid's not doing that here. This is to make the travois that will be super useful in keeping the dragon head from getting too destroyed on the way back.
I do.
Motherfucker. All right, fine.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well.
Fine. The kid's very impressed with your wood crafting skills and shit. And he's like, this guy really knows a lot of shit. Maybe he'll be useless in the city. Who knows? So you then let's see. The kid's gonna try to help. Give me a strength roll. This is moving the dragon head onto the travois, etc. Basically a lot of fucking sweat work. Kids no help whatsoever.
No, not on a 90. I think it's gonna take a while to get this damn thing up there.
Do you have any kind of skills that would allow you to think around having to use brute force? Brute force is not working.
Yeah. Now I've got what's it called? No. Electronics is not going to really help in this instance.
Do you have levers and pulley skill?
And strangely enough, no.
Odd. How can anybody make character without that?
Excuse me. Did I have... Isn't there? Oh, repair is the skill I was looking for, isn't it?
Jury rig would work.
I've got mechanical repair, which is sort of close because I mean, talking about like if you're talking about pulleys and stuff. I've got jury rig, so I could try a jury rig roll.
Go for it. I will make something work here.
Oh,
if only I had pulleys and shit.
All right, so I will
build a coconut car.
All right, I'll use my replenish card to get 4 more cards.
It shows McKay standing shirtless in front of Dragon's Head going, fuck, is this thing huge?
Okay.
Damn impressive gift, though, if you know.
Oh, no. So all survivor. Everyone but you discards all their cards immediately. Well.
Did you get a new card for that one? You should. If you're the one we're playing.
No. It just says everyone but you discards all their cards immediately. No trading. That's it. So I'll put that on the top. All right. Skills that normal people can do as a living. All right. So I've got a self-improvement skill, a self-improvement card. Is jury rig considered an occupational skill or not? I assume not.
Sure. Well, MacGyver did.
True, but that's a bit of a.
He made fucking 5 seasons worth of doing that.
True. All right. Since it is the skill of the moment. There it is. And D3. So it's 2. So jury rig goes up by 2.
Hooray! Hey, if the skill goes up, you get a new attempt to roll it without a negative.
And I'll play I Can Do It.
Holy shit.
Which will give me plus 50.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather spend that on your ropes and pulleys skill?
Jury rig. I don't know. Jury rig seems like something that'll come up a bit more often than ropes and pulleys. So I don't know. But
I don't know. You are in the 19th century. They loved ropes and pulleys.
Yeah. And no. I am rolling the dice. Hate me.
Well, you take back this paw you got. There's your dragon's paw, Your Majesty.
All right. So
the kid sitting on top of the head shrugging.
All right. So
try a ropes and pulley roll. I know it's at learn, but I'm just curious to see if this will fucking pay off.
Sure.
And make a bunch of.
I was going to say I was going to use the horse to assist in pulling the head up, like from a strength perspective. Like the kid.
I'm just curious if ropes and pulleys will be a new skill.
I pushed ahead, but yes, we'll go with the ropes and pulleys to see if I can work out. You bastard!
Woo! Oh, that's ironic.
There you go. You happy now?
I am.
So yes.
Picked up the new ropes and pulleys skill. Congratulations.
A critical success on ropes and pulleys, as I have a sudden brainwave.
The kid's very impressed. He's thinking maybe he works in one of those shipyards.
All right.
So you've got the dragon's head. Now give me a stealth roll to get out of there. You're not being extremely stealthy, but you're being low key, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit hard to be particularly stealthy when there's these huge drag marks.
Yeah.
Where we're going. But yes, we're not like going with a band and that. We're trying not to make too much racket.
Yep,
stealth is fine.
Now, To quickly get out of there, I'll need an animal handling horse to go quickly.
Yeah.
Kid will attempt to help or do it. Kid's helping.
Yeah. No, I don't make it, but +5 from the kid, then I make it.
Holy shit. The kid is fucking useful. All right. I did not expect that. You and the kid are buggering up very quickly, stealthily. There's only one question. Are you going the right direction? Now, for this, you have a choice between either navigation or tracking, as you can just basically go on your own tracks.
Well, let's go with let's try tracking.
If you lose the trail, you can always try navigation, but
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yes, tracking almost half.
You don't see what the big deal is about these elven lands, why people are scared to go in there.
No. I mean, all the elves I've encountered are friendly.
It shows you guys breaking out of the trees, and you're pretty much almost at, I'm guessing you're dragging it back to Simon's for now or somewhere like that? Or just straight into town?
Straight into town, up to the fortress.
Okay. Give me an intimidate roll for free. Anybody showing up with a severed dragon's head? There's only one thing that's scarier than that.
Intimidation roll. Yes, I do.
It's amazing how quick you get to see the fucking head guy at the fortress.
Yeah. It's the what's her name? Was some dude by the name of Reginald was organising it for the governess. I'll take it to the governess, and then she can get it stuffed or whatever.
Oh, you're taking it to her. Okay.
Yeah.
She is very fucking happy with you. Because I thought you were taking it straight to Danny.
No. I could do that, but no, I'm going to take it to the governess. So
they want your kid to stay outside of the fortress, so
he can look after the horses.
Okay, he does so. Ahoy stays with him because he's a bit freaked out by the fortress. The governess thinks that this is amazing. Are you just giving it as a gift to her, or what are you telling her about? I found this dragon, I killed it and shot it.
No, well, I understand you're trying to come up with something unique as a gift for the princess. I thought you may find this better than stealing a totem off the Indians and aggravating them.
Give me a fast talk roll. If you succeed, she will decide not to steal the totem. If you fail, she'll decide both is better.
So both it is, huh? 99.
She thinks that the totem with the dragon's head is perfect because you mount dragon's head on the totem pole.
Dragon's head on the totem pole. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yes, I will leave it in your more than capable hands, organising to get the dragon's head treated, etc.
She says, "And what do you expect as a reward?"
Oh, nothing. I've taken some skin and claws for myself, and
she says, I see. Leave those, or tell the tanner to send me the bill for whatever you want done with those. And yes, we refuse your offer of giving it to us for free. You shall have a small house to use as you see fit.
Thank you.
You get some of the valuable near the fort property. It's not a big house; it's a small house, but it's pretty much in a fairly ritzy part of town, like near the fortress. So you can always run into the fortress if you were so inclined. Possibly in a panic, possibly with elves chasing you. Yep. Hooray! She's very impressed with you, by the way. She um, maybe under the mistaken belief that you went out and killed the dragon, which could be another reason why she is unfailingly polite to you from that day forward.
Mm-hmm.
The people in the town don't know what to make of this. It's like Australians seem to be one of the most dangerous animals in the world. It's like, I needed a gift. I went and found a dragon and killed the shit out of it. Now I've got it. And
Yes.
you also overhear a couple of the furries talking to each other, and one goes, "The dragon's head is the second most scary thing to bring back after killing the dragon." And everyone's like, "What's the first most?" "It's cock."
Yes.
The furry who asks what is slaps the other one. So,
Right.
so,
Yeah,
you've now got a small home.
mm-hmm.
It also comes with a very old aardvark butler.
By the name of Jim.
How do you know?
I just had a feeling.
Interesting.
Does he wear a hat? Like
Yes. It's kind
yeah.
of like a little. You know way too much about how reality works here.
I've started to work it out.
Nobody else has put this together yet. So
No.
now the kid has his own bedroom.
I can't remember. Was Mrs. Parapet his wife, or was that somebody else?
Mrs. Parapet is his wife. His name is Jim Parapet.
Yes.
The little Indian kid or little Elvish kid seems to be having problems pronouncing Jim, and he pronounces it as Jeeves.
Yes, yes.
Awkward. Yes. He's saying, I think I know this song.
Yes. I will attempt to get him to do it right. But anyway, no worries. I will organise to get our stuff moved over there, as well as Doc's. Well, presumably Doc will want to move into the house. So, and the Doc's stuff moved over there, so he can wake up and be surprised by Jim the butler, who looks like an aardvark, and then completely freak out next time he plays. All right.
There you go. So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
take
the.
Sorry, I got to check on the major's competency roll.
Ah, yes. Of course, yes.
Let's see how this works. Bing.
Ooh,
holy fuck. Holy fuck. Logan did not expect an ought to. All right. So what happened was when you get back, they are burning down the Elvish embassy because they went in, didn't see anything, and then they dug in the floor and they excavated all kinds of fucking undead, according to what the crowds are telling each other and you, because you're Australian. They want to be seen chatting with the Aussie.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they found like 50 or something undead that they'd been smuggling in the city, a couple at a time, buried in the floor. And they drove out all the air elves, dismissed the ambassador type thing while driving out and dismissing. Apparently these guys is kind of the same thing. They don't have a lot of great subtlety as far as politics go in the new world. In the old world, they're all fucking different. But so then they are basically burn all the honored ancestors, as the elves call them, and the embassy to the ground. Needless to say, the elves pretty pissed about this. Oh yeah, because they were saying that they were just they were just trying to give a place for the honored ancestors to exist, and bullshit excuses.
Yes. Well, the general crowd won't know this, but something I'm curious about is whether or not the major and her men, how closely they examined the bodies of the undead,
Mm.
and if they're of different races beside elves. Because depending on what they found will depend on, could potentially, yeah.
Well, how did you want to find this out, or did you just want to stand there being curious?
I'll stand there being curious because I'm half expecting that now that I'm back, and when the major finds out I'm back, I'm half expecting the major to send for me to say, yeah, thank you for the letter.
Give me a luck roll to see if this happens or if the major just sucks up all the credit.
Yeah. Whoever the major sucks up the credit, she still may decide to guess by half. I'm not particularly interested in credit. It was more.
You're apparently going to be dining with the major tonight in the fortress.
Yep. Come up to the palace sometime.
So what do you want to do for the rest of the day, sir?
Take my... All right. So the dragon claws, what are they like?
A couple of car trunks or car hoods, bonnets. They're like the bonnets of a car. Yeah.
Yeah, that big.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, maybe even bigger. Look at this. Look at the size comparison between head and hand. Huge.
Yeah. All right.
The head is car size. They're not going to give them Donald Trump hands. This is a dragon we're talking about.
Yeah. All right. So
once again, getting the slam.
Are they fairly straight or are they curled or
curled? They're talons. Talons.
Yep. They're talons. All right.
I'm not sure what you. I mean, it's a bit big to wear around your neck, but
yes.
Not sure what you'd want to do with them. Of course, if you're just to get one stuffed and then have it in a room, it would definitely be what they call a conversation piece.
Yes. Well, that's pretty much what I was trying to work out what to do with them. But depending on their shape,
that's a really good question.
Say this would make a groovy weapon, but no, from the sounds of them, that probably would not be useful as a weapon.
No, if you're to take out one of the big claws, then it could make a weapon, but then it would definitely not. It'd ruin the feng shui of the giant fucking dragon hand.
Yeah. But as I was just whether or not they would make a.
Yeah, I mean, you could mount it like you could have it like have a door here and then have it like that, which is a hell of a way to say, "Come on, rob me, I dare you."
No.
I killed a dragon and used his claw here. What you got?
Now, if this was London, I would turn it into an umbrella stand.
You'd have to fucking climb up it to get to the umbrellas.
But you know how they used to do that with the elephant feet and all the other things? They'd make them into umbrella stands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yes, that's right. I'll organise to get it stuffed, taxidermied, whatever, as a as you said, as a decoration piece. And I'll take the skins to the tanner.
No problem. The tanner has gotten word that you might be stopping by, and they are happy to do what is it you would like done with these?
Depending on how much there is.
You've got a goodly amount. You'd made yours at like half or something, or crit.
And the kid critted it, didn't he? He made a crit on. Yeah, he did an alt one or something.
You have enough skin to make you and the kid armor if you give a shit about having him armored up.
Well, I was thinking about like a.
Quick.
Yeah. No, I was more thinking about like making a duster, getting a duster or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a duck, and I was like, I want to hear more about the fucking dragon skin duck. This is interesting.
Duck. No.
Hey, I don't know what kind of shit's going through your brain. You had a duck butler at the other house, so why not?
Yeah, no. I'm not making a duck. No, a duster.
Okay, no problem. do you want one that the kid could grow into, and it like uh, basically it would be really thick, and then they'd let it out, like unhook things from time to
Yeah,
time and make it longer, or
why not? He
you've
was
got
there. He
lots
was
of skin.
involved. He was involved in it.
It's kind of got the red, dark. It's almost like dark blood colored
Hmm.
skin and stuff like that. It's pretty badass looking if you're into wearing a red duster.
And if there's enough left over, I'll get a like a bag, like some couple of bags or something, and a sheath made.
You have
Have
enough for
have the off
many
bits.
things with that fucking crit the kid did. He pretty much went and just,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you've got a bunch of cured dragon skin left over. If now, here's the thing though, the taxidermist, the tanner, is not really used to working with dragon hide for some reason. So
Well, if he wants to try it with some small bits to work out the best way of doing it first.
right. Oh well, yes, but what basically he's going to take three rolls on one third of your supply, one third of your supply, and one third of your supply. He does this as a living, so
Yes.
we'll see if you have anything useful left when he is done.
Yeah. But as I said, even if he wants to do like in some small samples, do some testing to
Oh,
work out
sure,
the
he
best way
does
of.
all. I'm assuming he does all the
Yeah, yeah,
testing
yeah,
and is
yeah.
going to fuck it up anyway, because
Yes,
that's how NPC.
of
Would you like to try
course.
instead of him, or do you want him to go for it?
Uh, no, well, since I don't, well, besides blowing hero points, I don't have any. If I had anything that would give me
Mm-hmm.
assistance in making the roll, then I'd say I might give this a hand myself. But no, I
Oh,
do not have anything, and I don't have anything to give me cards at the moment.
okay, this is just for the treating it and turning it into something useful, as opposed to basically putting it in a vat of acid and giving you fucking reddish goo when he's done. Okay,
Yes,
because there's
yes,
acids and chemicals and shit involved. So
yeah,
here's the first, and you need at least one third for your clothes, one third for the kids' clothes and miscellaneous, and one third is extra. Okay,
yep,
so first third, no. Second third, yes. Last third, no. So your shit, let's you go to the tailor with your little bit of, apparently it takes a lot of fucking dragon hide to make a little bit of useful hide. That's what he tells you anyway. Now, would you like to do the tailoring yourself, or have the tailor attempt to make your duster
no,
for you?
I'll have the tail. I mean, I'll have the tailor, assuming he's like the leather worker slash tailor,
Yep.
whoever's the most skilled. I will take it to where I'll find out who is the most skilled, renowned, whatever in town.
Well, they don't have a lot of they're not spoiled for choice here, because the town isn't that huge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
you go to the best of what's available. Let's put it
Yes.
that way.
Yes.
All right, and you ready? He
Yep.
does this as a living.
Mm-hmm.
Barely,
Yay!
barely pulled it off. You
Hey,
now have a dragon hide duster, you lucky boy. This will count as one place of armor in this realm. In your native realm, it does not matter, fuck all. But as long as you're wearing it, you can pull a little Dresden shit. Unless they do a called shot and shoot you in the face, then they're -30, but they don't
yeah, yeah,
reduce
yeah.
damage by a die. So good for them.
And it may potentially be useful against fire magic and fire in general.
Yes, actually, it does. It does. Well, unfortunately, all the armors are simplified. So pretty much, yes, against damage, it decreases the die by
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So if we were keeping track, then yes, it would also do fire. But since we're not, it does everything.
yeah,
Radiation damage decreases by a die with this for
yeah, yeah.
simplicity. But
Lovely.
let me see how he does. The coat's made. He's now rolling to make it a fashionable Western coat.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you like to just stick at the basic, like
No,
if
no, no,
they
no.
no
The whole intent
fashionable?
was a
Yeah.
Western style duster.
You might want to go somewhere else to get it. Right now, it looks like somebody tried to pimp my ride with your duster.
That's all right.
So
I'm starting a new fashion trend.
it's an Australian thing, right? Yeah, okay. So you're kind of dressed like a cross between Harry Dresden and a Geordie. There you go.
Yes.
At least you're not wearing blue lipstick like the bad guy in that horrible Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes, and that is for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you think, do I wait until I get some cards that give me rerolls or crits or stuff, or do I just let the NPCs do their thing and go with it?